Welcome to our comprehensive guide on the 2025 KJSEA Integrated Science Key Areas. This video is designed to help grade 9 students and teachers focus their revision on the most likely exam topics. We'll explore prediction questions, practical examples, and essential concepts, all aimed at saving you valuable time and boosting your confidence for the upcoming national exams. Whether you're a candidate or an educator, this resource will illuminate the path to exam success by highlighting the framework and strategies you need. Let's dive into the key areas and see how you can maximize your revision efforts for the best results. One of the foundational topics in integrated science is the separation of mixtures. For example, if salt is dissolved in water, the best method to separate them is through evaporation. You simply heat the mixture until the water evaporates, leaving the salt behind. This principle is widely used in daily life, such as in salt production from seawater. Understanding the steps and reasoning behind each separation method is crucial, as questions often test both your knowledge and your ability to apply it in real-life scenarios. Mastering this topic will help you tackle a variety of practical and theoretical questions in your exams. Understanding the human reproductive system is vital for both health and science exams. When presented with a diagram of the female reproductive system, you should be able to identify key parts such as the ovaries, uterus, and fallopian tubes and state their functions. For instance, the ovaries produce eggs, the uterus is where a baby develops, and the fallopian tubes transport eggs. This knowledge not only helps in exams but also promotes awareness of human biology and health. Diagrams are commonly used in questions, so practice labeling and explaining each part's function. Electricity powers our daily lives, and knowing its sources is a common exam question. When walking around your neighborhood, you might see sources like hydroelectric dams, solar panels, and batteries. Each source has its unique way of generating electrical energy. Hydroelectric power uses moving water, solar panels convert sunlight, and batteries store chemical energy. Understanding these sources, their advantages and limitations, helps you answer both theoretical and practical questions. Be prepared to explain how each source works and give examples from your environment. Magnets are fascinating objects with unique properties. In school experiments, you might learn that magnets attract certain metals, have north and south poles, and can repel or attract each other depending on the poles. These properties are not only important for science exams, but also have practical applications in technology and industry. Understanding how magnets work and being able to classify materials as magnetic or non-magnetic will help you answer questions accurately. Remember to practice with real objects to reinforce your understanding. Living a healthy lifestyle is essential for preventing diseases, especially those affecting the kidneys and skin. Doctors often advise patients to drink plenty of water, eat a balanced diet, and exercise regularly. These habits help the body eliminate waste efficiently and maintain healthy skin. In exams, you may be asked to list the importance of these practices and explain how they prevent diseases. Understanding the link between lifestyle choices and health outcomes is key for both science and personal well-being. Laboratory experiments, classifying substances as acids or bases is a common task. You may be given a table and asked to identify which substances are wrongly classified. Acids typically have a sour taste and turn blue litmus paper red, while bases feel slippery and turn red litmus paper blue. Understanding these properties and practicing with real substances will help you quickly and accurately classify them during exams. Always double-check your answers and use indicators when possible. During science lessons, you may encounter diagrams of laboratory apparatus like burners. It's important to know the parts of a Bunsen burner, such as the base, barrel, air hole, and gas inlet. Each part has a specific function, like controlling the flame or allowing air to mix with gas. Being able to label these parts and explain their functions is a valuable skill for both practical and written exams. Practice drawing and labeling diagrams to reinforce your knowledge. Integrated science is a broad field that combines various scientific disciplines. Grade 6 learners are introduced to components such as biology, chemistry, and physics. Each component covers different aspects of the natural world, from living organisms to chemical reactions and physical laws. Understanding the scope of integrated science helps students appreciate the interconnectedness of scientific knowledge and prepares them for more advanced study. Be ready to identify and describe these components in your exams. Skin is the body's largest organ and serves many important functions. When studying a diagram of the skin, you should be able to identify parts like the epidermis, dermis, and sweat glands. Each part has a specific role, such as protecting the body, regulating temperature, and excreting waste. Recognizing these parts and their functions is essential for both health and science exams. Practice labeling diagrams and explaining the significance of each structure. Puberty brings about significant physical and emotional changes. For example, boys and girls may notice growth spurts, development of secondary sexual characteristics, and mood swings. It's important to classify these changes as either physical, like increased height and body hair, or emotional, such as mood changes and increased sensitivity. Understanding these changes helps students navigate adolescence and answer related exam questions with confidence. Safety in the laboratory is paramount. Charts displaying hazard symbols help learners recognize potential dangers, such as flammable materials, toxic substances, and corrosive chemicals. Each symbol has a specific meaning, and understanding them is crucial for preventing accidents. Be sure to familiarize yourself with common laboratory symbols and their meanings, as questions on this topic often appear in exams and are essential for safe laboratory practices. Preparation techniques are not just for the laboratory, they're used in everyday life. For example, filtering tea leaves from tea, sieving flour, and decanting oil from water are all practical applications. Understanding these uses helps you relate scientific concepts to real-world situations, making it easier to remember and apply them in exams. Be prepared to give examples and explain the importance of separation methods in daily activities. Accidents in the laboratory can happen for various reasons, such as carelessness, improper handling of chemicals, or not following safety rules. It's important to identify the most common causes, like spilling chemicals, using faulty equipment, or not wearing protective gear. Understanding these causes helps you prevent accidents and answer exam questions on laboratory safety. Always follow safety guidelines and report any hazards immediately. Acids and bases are found in many household products. For example, vinegar is an acid used in cooking, while baking soda is a base used for cleaning. Understanding how these substances are applied in daily life helps you answer exam questions and make informed choices at home. Be ready to give examples and explain the role of acids and bases in cleaning, cooking, and other activities. Urinary system plays a crucial role in removing waste from the body. Key parts include the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra. Each part has a specific function, such as filtering blood, transporting urine, and storing waste before excretion. Understanding these functions is essential for both health and science exams. Practice labeling diagrams and explaining the role of each part to reinforce your knowledge. Adolescence is a time of rapid change, and managing these changes is important for well-being. Practices such as maintaining good hygiene, seeking guidance from trusted adults, and staying active can help adolescents cope with physical and emotional changes. Understanding these practices not only helps in exams but also supports personal development. Be prepared to suggest practical strategies for managing adolescence in your answer. Acids and bases have distinct physical properties. Acids usually taste sour and turn blue litmus paper red, while bases feel slippery and turn red litmus paper blue. Understanding these properties helps you identify substances in the laboratory and answer related exam questions. Practice observing and recording these properties during experiments to strengthen your understanding. Proper care of laboratory apparatus ensures accurate results and safety. After experiments, learners should clean equipment, dry it thoroughly, and store it properly. This prevents contamination and damage, making sure the apparatus is ready for future use. Understanding these steps is important for both practical exams and safe laboratory practices. Always handle equipment with care and follow your teacher's instruction. Classifying materials as magnetic or non-magnetic is a common science activity. Magnetic materials like iron and steel are attracted to magnets, while non-magnetic materials such as glass and copper are not. Understanding this classification helps you answer questions and perform experiments accurately. Practice testing different materials to reinforce your knowledge and be ready to explain your reasoning in exams. Electrical appliances are part of everyday life, from refrigerators and microwaves to televisions and fans. Knowing the types of appliances and their uses is important for both science and consumer awareness. Be prepared to list common appliances, explain how they work, and discuss their importance in modern living. This knowledge is useful for exams and practical decision-making at home. A local lake experiences problems like declining fish populations and discolored water. Multiple science disciplines become relevant. Biology helps study animal behavior and populations, chemistry analyzes water quality, and environmental science investigates pollution sources. Understanding how these disciplines work together is key to solving complex environmental issues. Be ready to explain the role of each discipline and how they contribute to finding solutions. Bunsen burner is a common laboratory tool. Key parts include the base, barrel, air hole, and gas inlet. The base provides stability, the barrel directs the flame, the air hole controls the mix of air and gas, and the gas inlet supplies fuel. Knowing how to label and explain these parts is essential for practical exams and safe laboratory work. Practice drawing and labeling the burner to reinforce your understanding. Different mixtures require different separation methods. For example, sand and water can be separated by filtration, while salt and water require evaporation. Understanding which method to use for each mixture is a key skill in science. Practice matching mixtures with the correct separation technique and be ready to explain your choices in exams. This knowledge is useful for both laboratory work and everyday problem solving. Given unknown solutions, you can identify acids, bases, and neutrals by observing their physical properties. Acids often taste sour and turn blue litmus paper red, bases feel slippery and turn red litmus paper blue, and neutrals have no effect on litmus paper. Practicing these observations in the laboratory will help you answer related exam questions confidently. Always use indicators and record your results carefully. Understanding the functions of reproductive organs is essential for biology exams. For example, the penis delivers sperm, the scrotum protects the testes, ovaries produce eggs, the uterus supports fetal development, fallopian tubes transport eggs, and the vagina serves as the birth canal. Being able to describe these functions clearly will help you answer exam questions accurately and deepen your understanding of human biology. During physical activity, the body cools itself through the action of sweat glands, sweat ducts, and sweat pores. Sweat glands produce sweat which travels through ducts and exits via pores on the skin. As sweat evaporates, it cools the body. Understanding this process helps explain how the body maintains temperature and is a common topic in both health and science exams. Be ready to describe each part's role in temperature regulation. Understanding the difference between series and parallel circuits is important for both practical and theoretical exams. Series circuits have components connected in a single path, while parallel circuits have multiple paths. Each type has its advantages and disadvantages, such as how they handle current and what happens if one component fails. Practice identifying and drawing both types of circuits to reinforce your knowledge. The kitchen, separating mixtures like flour, sugar, and salt can be done using their physical properties. For example, sieving separates flour, dissolving and filtering separates sugar and salt, and evaporation can recover salt from a solution. Understanding these properties and methods helps you answer practical questions and apply science in daily life. Practice explaining the reasoning behind each method for exam success. Skin has several important parts, including the epidermis, sweat glands, and dermis. The epidermis protects the body, sweat glands help regulate temperature, and the dermis provides strength and elasticity. Being able to identify and explain the function of each part is essential for both health and science exams. Practice labeling diagrams and describing each part's role in maintaining health. Girls experience several physical changes during puberty, such as breast development, widening hips, and the start of menstruation. These changes are caused by hormonal shifts in the body. Maintaining good hygiene, eating a balanced diet, and staying active are important for health during this time. Understanding these changes and their causes helps you answer exam questions and support your own well-being. Cleaning products often contain acids or bases, each suited for different surfaces. For example, acidic cleaners remove mineral deposits, while basic cleaners cut through grease. Choosing the right product is important to avoid damaging surfaces. Always follow safety precautions such as wearing gloves and ensuring good ventilation. Understanding these concepts helps you answer exam questions and make safe choices at home. Mixing substances like sugar and water or oil and water, you observe different behaviors. Sugar dissolves completely, forming a homogeneous mixture, while oil and water remain separate, creating a heterogeneous mixture. Being able to classify mixtures based on their appearance and properties is a key skill in science. Practice observing and describing mixtures to reinforce your understanding. Identifying laboratory apparatus is a fundamental skill in science. You may encounter equipment like beakers, test tubes, and microscopes. Knowing the name and function of each apparatus helps you perform experiments safely and answer exam questions accurately. Practice with real equipment and diagrams to reinforce your knowledge and build confidence in the laboratory. Microscope is an essential tool for studying cells and small organisms. Key parts include the eyepiece, objective lens, stage, and focus knobs. The eyepiece magnifies the image, the objective lens provides additional magnification, the stage holds the slide, and the focus knobs adjust clarity. Being able to label and explain these parts is crucial for both practical and written exams. Practice with real microscopes and diagrams to master this topic. Energy exists in many forms in the environment, such as solar, wind, chemical, thermal, and kinetic energy. For example, the sun provides solar energy, wind moves leaves, and food contains chemical energy. Understanding these forms and their sources helps you answer exam questions and appreciate the role of energy in daily life. Be ready to give examples and explain how each form of energy is used. Sorting objects as magnetic or non-magnetic is a practical science activity. Items like paper clips and iron nails are magnetic, while wooden sticks are not. Practicing this classification helps you understand the properties of materials and prepares you for both experiments and exam questions. Test different objects and record your observations to reinforce your knowledge. Lifestyle choices, such as diet and physical activity, have a direct impact on organ health, including the skin and kidneys. For example, eating junk food and lack of exercise can lead to skin problems and kidney issues. Making positive changes like eating balanced meals and staying active improves overall well-being. Understanding these connections helps you answer exam questions and make healthier choices. Experiments with substances like litmus paper, vinegar, baking soda, and lemon juice help you observe chemical reactions. For example, acids turn blue litmus paper red, while bases turn red litmus paper blue. Recording your observations accurately is key for both practical and written exams. Practice with different substances to strengthen your understanding of chemical properties. When electrical devices stop working due to a blackout, natural energy sources become essential. Examples include solar energy, wind power, water, hydroelectric, biomass, and geothermal energy. Understanding how to harness these sources helps you answer exam questions and appreciate the importance of renewable energy. Be ready to list and explain each source's advantages and uses. Electrical safety is crucial in the home. Essential rules include not overloading sockets, keeping appliances dry, unplugging devices when not in use, and avoiding damaged cords. Following these rules prevents accidents and ensures safe use of electrical appliances. Understanding and applying these safety measures is important for both exams and everyday life. When examining bread packaging, important information includes the expiry date, ingredients, nutritional value, and manufacturer details. Being able to identify and explain the significance of this information helps you make informed choices and answer exam questions on consumer awareness. Practice reading labels and understanding what each detail means for your health and safety. When experimenting with magnets, like poles repel each other while unlike poles attract. This basic law of magnetism is fundamental to understanding how magnets work and is often tested in exams. Practice predicting and observing the behavior of magnets to reinforce your understanding and answer related questions confidently. Basic science skills such as observation and measurement are essential for experiments like heating water with a Bunsen burner. The SI unit for temperature is the Kelvin, but degrees Celsius is commonly used in school labs. Practicing these skills ensures accurate results and prepares you for both practical and written exams. Simple distillation is used to separate components of a solution, such as purifying water from salt water. This method is applied in industries and households to obtain clean water. Understanding the process and its real-life applications helps you answer exam questions and appreciate the importance of science in daily life.